We know that when people learn to bake, they build confidence, they share joy, and they come back to baking again and again. What sets King Arthur apart is our deep and lasting connection with bakers across generations. In the late 18th century, when we first started selling flour, there were 13 states and George Washington was president. Baking was laborious. It was a form of sustenance. And as the country began to take shape, so too did the tradition of baking. What began with imported grain and small-scale mills, maybe a labor of love, evolved as we were able to grow wheat, to mill wheat, to move wheat across the U.S., and baking became a real cornerstone of daily life. For King Arthur, the question became, how do we preserve and nurture the knowledge and care and connection that's at the heart of baking in an ever-changing world?
One word I would use to describe my industry is alchemy. Flour out of the bag is not something you want to put in your mouth, right? We take raw ingredients and through the baking process, we transform them into something that's edible, delicious, beautiful, all of those things. You've got the immediate response, the deliciousness, the crunch of a pastry, the plushness of a bread, or a beautiful spike of acidity in a good sourdough loaf. But it's really as simple as how I make a good baguette, and that really is quality, consistency, and also this sort of element of community as well. We take different parts of communities and bring them together, right? We literally come together at the table. This baguette is a good example because I think that the baguette is one of those things that people feel like, oh, that's unattainable, or like, that's my forever goal to make a beautiful baguette. And the truth is that with good resources and good flour, great guidance from books, podcasts, web recipes, YouTube, everything else, we can show you how to make a baguette at home that's as good as what you can get in a bakery.
King Arthur is America's baking resource, and we pride ourselves on being the baking authority, always putting bakers first and being accessible to all bakers, all skill levels.
I mean, I think at its basic, we've sort of taken people from consuming baked goods to making them themselves.
Being there for bakers, how they need us, when they need us.
We have these tight quality controls and we're delivering a consistent product. It's tools, it's educational resources, it's testing every recipe so many times. It's the vetting we do before we publish anything. It's a live baker that you can call and talk to and use as a source of support.
Being 100% employee owned is just core to who we are. We became 100% employee owned in 2004. Frank and Brenna Sands, the then owners, decided to sell the company to the employees, really to protect what they built, preserve what they built, because they really wanted the company, the jobs, what we meant to the community to endure for many, many years. Because together, we have a real shared responsibility and accountability to one another. When we relocated to Vermont in the late 80s, that's when we started bringing baking to middle schools, to hotel ballrooms doing baking demonstrations. We built out a catalog, we built out a newsletter, we did all these things because we knew that we had to show people how our flour worked and why it was different and what it could mean to them.
Through Bake for Good, what we connect students with across America in many, many classrooms is ways that they can sort of not only create something, but also give back to their community. So they learn how to make a loaf of bread and then they donate a loaf to someone who could use it. So it's not only for us this idea that you make something for yourself, but it's also that you sort of see this culture which we believe in, which supports baking, which is this sort of like bake and give, nurturing aspect.
as the world has changed and technology has changed and our business has changed, how we do all that is evolving, but education has woven through it all because it's how we, it's how we teach baking, it's how we inspire baking.
My oldest graduated from college and now she's working in a bakery. She's going back to what she had modeled as sort of this joyful act, which is to make things. And I think that if we can preserve those traditions through modeling them for our children or showing them to our neighbors by, hey, I made a loaf of bread, I'd love to share it with you. If we can model that behavior, I really believe that that act of nurturing is what will sort of get us down the road in the best way possible. Because we're a benefit corporation, which means that we're evaluated annually based on what we do for our community, for our employees, and also for the earth. So we're looking upstream at our ingredient sourcing, and we're talking a lot about regenerative grain, and we have some big goals for 2030, which will allow us to source 100% of our American-grown wheat from regenerative sources.
When I think about the future of baking, 3 things are really important: education, innovation, and stewardship. We need to continue to bring people the know-how and the inspiration. We need to innovate. We need to be introducing products and new ways of learning and sharing. And we need to be stewards of the land. When America celebrates another 250, there's no question baking will be there celebrating alongside.